Alright, we're back with part 2. In part 1 we did the entirety of the head and the hair. So that's what's up with that. Now we're going to move on to the face, which I think is probably the most challenging part of this model, as well as kind of any clay model. Yeah. So first off, I'm going to kind of push the face down with my thumb. Just push it down like that. So you don't really want the bottom of the face to stick to the neck to kind of, like, make it look too flat, but you do want it kind of elongated, I guess. Kind of like that. See how it's a little bit longer than it was before? That's good because Spike has a long face. So here's probably the hardest part, because we don't want this to just look like a generic kind of face, with generic eyes and stuff. So I'm going to try my hardest to make this look as best I can. And with the bad lighting and my camera that really can't focus very well, which I don't think I've ever really admitted to this point. I've just kind of said, hope you don't mind the bad camera, or whatever, in various videos. But I'm gonna try this to the best that I can. All right, so first off is a really thin piece of the same color of his hair. See that right there, that piece. And we're gonna put it right here, I guess, if you guys can see that. Right where an eyebrow would be. You don't want it to touch the hair, because we don't want, the eyebrow to sink into the hair. And you want it thick enough so that it's not only recognizable as an eyebrow, but recognizable as Spike's eyebrow, because I'm pretty sure Spike has rather thick eyebrows. At least I hope he does. I'm pretty sure he does. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, a really small piece, which you can't really see on my finger. We're going to put it kind of, symmetrical to the first eyebrow in terms of location and how thick it is, not touching the hair. Hope you guys can see that. Like that. Come on. Alright. So like that. Now we gotta do the eyes. Where's the white? Here's the white. Which, once again, kind of the general warning that with the green we used, and for future videos, if you're using the darker colors or whatever, you might want to wash your hands before you handle the white if you want your model to look really good, because my white has a bunch of blue and black and red and yellow and stuff in it. So not so much so that it taints the whole clay, but just on the outside layer, and it kind of bothers me. So this is going to be really hard to do. Alright. So I should do this with a toothpick. Alright. So we have a really small oval shaped out of white clay. Now we're going to take it, put it right underneath the eyebrow. Don't mess up. Right underneath the eyebrow. Like that. Keep in mind the depth. You don't want it to stick out too far. Like this. That's good. And we're going to do that again. Again, don't make it too big, because we don't want it too big. Oh, it almost fell off my sloped surface here. We want the same size. That's about the same size. Put it right under the eyebrow. Like right under the eyebrow. We don't want any kind of peach color to get between the eyebrow and the eyeball. Once we do it, we get this with the two eyes in their ovalish shapes underneath the eyebrows that are thick and in green with no peach in between them. With that said, we're not going to put the eyeball pupils, I don't know what I'm saying, the pupils, we're not going to put those in yet. I want to do the nose first. So the nose is a triangle. Let me get my toothpick. Is a triangle like this. We're going to put it right in between the eyes, where a nose should be. But we're going to use a toothpick rather than our hand or anything to kind of blend the side of the nose into the face. This can probably be done best by rolling the toothpick across the part of the nose that you're trying to get into the face, and then it kind of naturally goes in. So what we're going to do here is we can take our fingers and kind of pinch the clay because it was thick enough to pinch, and then use the toothpick again to form the shape of the nose. So see how it's kind of like a triangle? You can see from the side, it's kind of like a triangle, but it's kind of like flat. That's what I want here. And then we can kind of pinch it like that. Hopefully you guys can see that. I hate being that guy in the video saying, hopefully you guys can see that, because I always say to those people, well, why did you make a video if you don't, if people aren't going to be able to see it? But, guess I'm that guy tonight. But seriously though, that's that. I'm going to do the eyes now, which we need some black for. So because this model is so small, I'm not actually going to do the black around the eyes, around the top of the eyes that I think I did for my good spike. However, just a small black dot, put it right kind of on top. Well, put it right, I'm going to put mine right like looking upward, at the kind of top of the eye. So he's kind of looking up, and you want to make the pupil rather large. It looks better, and that's why I just kind of want to bring this guy. I wasn't going to bring this guy back in to the video, but these ones are kind of small on him, and that's why I think they don't look good. But this spike, I'm making them pretty big, so there should be probably, I would say the black of the pupil should probably cover for like, I want to say it should go down at least half of the eye, of the white of the eye, in terms of vertically, and then horizontally, I would say it should kind of be over to the left a little bit more, and you should probably have maybe like 1.5 millimeters, I want to say, worth of white kind of coloring left around the eye. I hope my kind of brief measurements were accurate. Again, just kind of trying to exact what I'm trying to say. So the same thing in the same exact way on the other eye. Right there. So it looks like that. It's kind of looking over this way. And then we're going to do the mouth. So the mouth is always pretty easy. We want a thin piece. And I'm just going to put it to the side of his face. Kind of doing a smirk, I guess. So, with the mouth, you don't want to, and same thing with the eyes. Well, for all these facial features, you don't want them to be too thick because you don't want them to stick out from the clay, too far. I don't think these are sticking out too far, so that's good. And additionally, you don't want to kind of flatten them out too much where they smudge, especially the mouth. Because the eyes, you don't really need to flatten, but the mouth, I feel like, because it's a much thinner piece of clay, you're going to need to maybe do some flattening. So I would use a toothpick and kind of just go up and down around the mouth, because it's sticking out enough where you can do that, and then kind of just position it correctly. And you get the face of Spike Spiegel. So, with that said, and with this part not reaching 10 minutes as of right now, I'm going to end that. And we completely completed, that wasn't redundant at all. We completed all of the head, and now we're going to move on to the body, part 3, next part.